And Shalom. First off, I want to start off by saying all praises, honor, and glory is due to Yahweh Bashim El Shai, Bashim Rakakadash. I also want to say that honors to the elders and apostles, a great millstone, peace and mercy to the hopeful, like preaching, swear, and truth and sincerity. On the brother tells about Lord Will with another video to edify, and I wanted to go in a few little snippets, an article or two, and prove that, hey, we're in the times where the Lord is about to start visiting this world. All right, world thieves getting kicked up. There's no more putting the day of evil off. The Lord is getting ready to do his thing. And all these signs, all these things that are being shown on the earth, like the Lord said, he said, when the tender branch of the, let me get it, man. Better if I just grab it, man. Yeah, this is Matthew 24:32. And I learned the parable of the fig tree. When its branch is yet tender and put forth leaves, you know that the summer is nigh. So likewise, when ye shall see all these things, know that it is near, even at the door. All right, so when we're seeing all these things, and these are amazing sights, the fact that all these things are happening all at one time is showing you that, hey, you got to know that the time is near. It's even at the door. All type of evils are going to pop up, right? The scriptures talk about women being ravished in the streets. That mentality in certain men in the earth is getting kicked up to where now people don't even have an affection towards women like that no more, right? They're detached from the woman even being a woman because they've been fucking monsters for so long, right? And the scriptures tell you that would happen in the end days, that the woman would be hardened against her young ones. The woman would buck up, and the woman would overpass the woman would get above the man. That's prophesied in the scriptures, and that all is against the natural order that the Lord set up. And now things are happening where now men don't even, modern day men, a lot of men don't even give a fuck about women anymore. And what does that create? A sense of animosity that's going to be out here, and it's going to be brutal, man. The scriptures talk about the women being ravished. What does that go? That word ravished goes back into the word rape. You know, that's a terrible sight. That's a terrible way to go, right? Then you got these little unruly niggas out here. So we're in the end of days, man. We're in the end of days, and it's going to get worse. The scriptures tell you that perilous times. Let's get that. Second Timothy 3 and 1, it says, this know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. All right, you go into that word perilous. Let's see if it'll let me do it on here or not. All right, full of danger or risk, exposed to imminent risk of disaster or ruin. All right, so those perilous times where you're exposed to imminent risk, things that you cannot avoid, those times are here right now, and they're getting worse and worse as the days go by. And people act like that these things are not something they're going to have to deal with, because a lot of times, especially women, they have the mindset of Esau's, how this world goes on and what Esau has to offer, these things are going to continue. They come in a mindset that the Lord ain't going to take this shit out the way. Well, all this natural ease that you have in America, that shit's about to be pulled right from under you, whether or not you believe it or not. Go into history. Every kingdom that was set up and had their rulership, when it was time for them new kingdoms to go out, it was never pretty. And we're coming down to the time where this kingdom is going out the door. Money is failing. Inflation's on the rise. Right? It's not easy no more. Right? For men shall be lovers of their own selves. Men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, true speakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good. We're in the times where people are despisers of those that are good. You bring out the word of the Lord, people want to fight you. You bring out order, people want to fight you. Right? You bring out the natural, right, difference between a man and a woman, people want to fight you. Traitors, heady, right? People are proud as fuck. High-minded, right? Lovers of pleasures more than lovers of the Most High. And people will do everything for their pleasures, but they'll do nothing in the service of the Lord. Having the form of godliness, right? Because you got people that call themselves Israelites, or people that act like they're so godly and they got a sense of morality, but at the same time, right, they deny the Lord. They deny what the Lord said was right, because they want to be what they want to be. Having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof, from such turn away. Right? Now, I want to get in this article, right? Just this screenshot. It says birth pains. And that's what we're in. We're in a time of great birth pains, man. All right? Let me get this, man. This is this is yeah, here it is. Second is 16 to 38. It says, as when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, within 2 or 3 hours great pains compass her womb, which pains when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. And that's the time we're in right now, where the pains are coming, right? The pains are coming, and they're not slacking a moment. It's like one thing after another, they're starting to roll in. And that's how it's going to be. And the more time goes by, those pains start coming closer and closer together. They call them contractions, right? Those contractions come closer and closer together to the time where what? It's time for the child to be delivered. Well, we're in the time now where the birth pains, right, of the Lord coming, right, of wickedness being at an all-time high and war popping off, prophecies are fully coming to pass, right? We're in the time now where the things that play in the prophecy are happening so much closer together. It's no longer this drawn-out thing. It's quickly coming. It says, even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side, right? So that's what we're coming to, where sorrow is about to be on this place, on every side, man. It's Isaiah 64. Go back to that. Isaiah 64:1 now. Going back to that article, it says birth pains. 19 volcanoes have erupted at the same time. Right? That's a rare thing. That's not a normal thing. Whether that people want to believe it or not, it's not a normal thing. It says Isaiah 64, and I'll start at 1. It says, oh, that thou wouldest rend the heavens, that thou wouldest come down, that the mountains may flow down at thy presence. That's volcano eruptions. As when the melting fire burneth, the fire causeth the waters to boil, to make thy name known to thine adversaries, that the nations may tremble at thy presence. When thou didst terrible things, which we look not for, thou camest down, the mountains flowed down at thy presence. 19 volcanoes erupting at one time, mountains flowing at his presence. Right? Let's go here. Right? And this is the article that came out today. It says, watch, tornado touches down in Arizona mountains Sunday. That is not a normal sight here in Arizona. We don't get tornadoes here. Right? It don't happen. You see that? A tornado in Arizona, and that boy looked big too. It looked big. So you got these unseasonable changes all around, showing you that the Lord is doing his thing. This is get this, man. This is I think it's Isaiah 29. Is that what I wanted? Nahum 1. Nahum 1 and 3, it says, Yahweh is slow to anger and great in power and will not at all acquit the wicked. Right? The Lord isn't going to let the wicked go. So all the evil, all the bullshit, all the shit talking people do, especially scoffing against men of the Lord. Right? Scoff to your own destruction. I say, hey, that's the best thing I can tell you. Scoff to your own destruction. And don't think your words are so little that the Lord's just going to look over those things. Right? The Lord killed 42 children with a bear for talking shit to one of the prophets. It's nothing for the Lord to cap off anybody, man. It says, Yahweh hath his way in the whirlwind and in the storm, and the clouds are the dust of his feet. See? In his whirlwind and in the storm. Tornadoes kicking off in Arizona, boy. That's prophecy, right? Let me get this one. It's from NPR. It says thousands of earthquakes have scientists watching for volcanic eruption in Iceland. It says this weekend, Iceland experienced nearly 2,000 earthquakes within 48 hours, and they've kept coming since then in swarms. Scientists think all of this seismic activity is indicative of magma moving closer to the surface in the country's southwestern peninsula, and are predicting a volcanic eruption may happen within the next few days. As the mountains flowing at the Lord's presence, these are birth planes to let you know that we're at the end, right? Let me get this. This is Isaiah 29. And 6, it says, thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts, Yahweh of hosts, right? That word host there goes back to army, right? Tazabah. It says, thou shalt be visited of Yahweh of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and with great noise, with storm and tempest and flame of devouring fire, right? We're in the times. We got thunder, we got earthquake, we got storms and tempests, volcanoes, eruptions, earthquakes happening, seismic activities, right? All type of stuff, right? And flame of devouring fire. So look at these things like it's something to just rub off and scoff and scrub off. You got to look at this like, hey, man, we at the door. And that's where we at. We at the door. We at the very time where the Lord is about to come back and start doing some shit. A lot of people push these things to the side like, oh, yeah, they always been saying that. And because it doesn't happen tomorrow, they push the message off like it ain't going to happen. Well, you know what? Push the message off to your own destruction, because whether or not you believe it, it's going to happen. And these are signs that let you know you ain't got that much more time left. You might as well take it serious and cut your bullshit. Are your emotions more important than your service to the Lord? Because if your emotions are, well, you better see if those emotions will feed you, man. It's Luke 21. And 25. It says, after there should be, it says, and after, and it says, and there should be signs in the sun and the moon, and in the stars, and upon earth distress of nations, with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring. Men's hearts failing them for fear, and for looking after those things which are come on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. You see? And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. So this is all just the beginning, man. That war over there in Israel with the Palestinians, that's going to get worse, right? The war between the NATO nations and all the stuff between Russia and Ukraine, that's going to intensify, right? The issues within South America, those things are going to get worse. All these immigrants coming up to America, they're going to get aggravated at how they're being treated here, and they're going to start bucking up. They see you niggas living good. They see you, Jake, living good. And that eye of envy and bitterness is going to get risen up, and they're going to be at people's necks. So this is the time all type of shit's going to happen. Right? But Lord willing, satisfied, I'm going to say, call Allah. Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakada, Shalom.